Hi guys, I'm Darren, and today we'll be looking at the URUAV LiPo Killer. So I've had this little thing for quite a while now, but to be honest, I've not actually used it. I bought it, one as like a safety thing, so if I do have a dodgy battery, I can plug it into the XT60 here, and it will completely drain the power, and then I can dispose of it, recycle it, responsibly in the right manner. But also because if you connect the balance lead to this end, it will actually put it in storage charge. So in a sec, we'll put it on the bench to get a better look, and we'll talk about it on there. Okay, so here we have the URUAV LiPo Killer, and firstly, what a fantastic name for a product. It really doesn't need to leave you guessing as to what it can do. I mean, obviously that's only half a story. This side could potentially save your LiPo, but if you plug a battery in here, when that light goes out, it's dead. So these two batteries, they're actually bought at the same time, same capacity, same C rating, everything. Over the lockdown period, I probably didn't storage charge them. Actually, I know I didn't storage charge them, and one of the cells have gone in each pack. So this one here, I started flying with it. It charged fine, started flying with it, and one of the cells immediately went down, and it said, land, you've not got enough power left. This one here, when I was charging it, one of the cells was at a lower voltage than the others, and it started getting very hot. So I stopped charging it straight away and plugged it into this thing. So I plugged it in about 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I actually went out flying that afternoon. So I took it with me, kept it in a LiPo safe bag just to keep an eye on it. Actually, nothing untoward happened at all. It didn't even feel warm. So this was doing its job. It was discharging it slowly and safely without actually stressing out the battery, which is exactly what you want. And I kept it in my bat safe box overnight while it was discharging. Checked it in the morning, probably around 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, and the LED was out. It was completely flat. So this battery here is dead. Right, so here we go. We can check what we have. We have about 82 millivolts left in the battery, which is nothing. So that can be safely disposed of and recycled, obviously being responsible with our battery maintenance. Okay, so this pack did exactly the same. As I say, I put it up in the air, launched it, and it said immediately that there's only about 3.4 volts per cell. But that's because one of the cells had dropped, the others were still at full charge. If I put it in my meter now, it's a little bit dark, but you can see they're all about 4.8, 4.7 volts per cell. But if I was to put any load under it, one of the cells would absolutely hit the floor. So this battery is dead as well. So I will be killing it with this. So just to show you how it works, you plug it in and leave it. When that LED goes out, it's safe to take to a recycling facility. So the other part of this little thing, which is quite cool, is this side here. So you plug in your balance lead, not the XT60. You plug the XT60 and it will die. So you can see these lights come on here to indicate that it's 4-cell. And down here, you actually have a set of voltages, which you can change with this button here. And that is what you want the battery to end up at. So we have 3 volts, 3.2 volts, 3.4 volts, 3.6 volts, 3.8 volts, or 4 volts. So it's what you want to store it at. So I've set the blue LED here is 3.6 volts. And that's it. You just leave it. Okay, so it is the next day. The process took quite a while, but as you can see, all the lights are now out. So 2 of the lights were out the last time I saw this, which indicates obviously 2 of the cells were ready, 2 were still discharging. That was around 4.5 hours after starting the process, and I wanted to go and get some food, to be quite honest. But as you can see, all the lights are now out, so this battery should be at storage charge. Let's see how it is 12 hours later. Okay, so we are at around 3.7 volts. You can see some are close to 3.8 volts. So it is at storage. So is it worth using this to discharge to storage? Well, other than the fact that if we take the 3 close cells to be right, then it's 0.2 of a volt higher than it should have been, which, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's still at storage voltage. So if you put it at 3.6 volts, mine has ended up at 3.8 volts pretty much, which is still perfectly acceptable for storage. The problem is it took about 5 hours. So if time is not an issue and you just have, you know, 1 or 2 packs left over from your day flying, you just want to get down, then yeah, plug one in and just leave it and it will be fine. But if you have a lot of packs you want to discharge, this is really not the way to go. I will probably keep this and use it just as a killer, because it works really well in that capacity. The other thing I noticed was when it was doing the discharge, it did get very hot. Like all these chips on the front were getting hot, all the resistors on the back were getting hot. Yet when I did the completely killing the battery, it was completely cool to the touch. Which, you know, it took 3 times as long roughly to kill the battery, but it was nowhere near sort of 3 times the difference in heat. It was a lot hotter doing the balance storage discharge. Why that is, I don't know, but I just wanted to let you guys know that that was the case. It's not a bad device. I think it costs £7. It's quite cheap, and it is very useful for the odd occasion where you do need to kill a battery, because obviously when you kill batteries you shouldn't use some of the other dodgy methods. The only acceptable methods are something like this or a light bulb. Don't put it in salt water. Obviously I know people do have videos of them chopping up with axes, putting nails through. Obviously I can't recommend that because it is dangerous, but also it leaches crap into the environment. So yeah, get yourself one of these, or just use automotive light bulb to discharge your batteries before disposing of them in a nice, safe, ecological manner. So just before wrapping this video up, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that are watching. You all make a difference, and everyone who clicks the like and subscribe buttons, thank you very much for that. But I just want to make special note of a couple of people who have been kind enough to give me some coffees over the last couple of months. Basically, if everyone that's donated on there, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So thank you very much. That is ARWV8, Brent Bundy, Embedded Fabrication, Peter D, Jan Finnis, Tony C, and EG681. Again, there have been plenty of other people donating, and I really, really appreciate it, and thank you guys. Another thing, while I'm talking about this, Brent actually asked if I had a Patreon or anything like that, and I have actually just set one up. Part of the reason I did this, other than a few other people asking in the past as well, is because I've noticed quite a few comments have been going missing on some of the videos. This is stuff that you guys have written, stuff that I've written in reply, and they've just been deleted without sort of any warning. You know, literally you put it up, 10 seconds later it's gone. So part of the reason for setting up the Patreon is I know that comments won't just be deleted by some bad AI. So any questions I'll try and answer the best I can on there, and we know that they're still going to be visible. I'm also going to try and add extra content on there about stuff that I'm doing, just to give you guys a bit more benefit. Of course you don't have to do any of that. I'm just letting you guys know that it's there. If you choose to use it, it's up to you. I'm not pressuring you. I'll try and answer questions on YouTube still, but yeah, obviously some of them have been going missing, and that includes your comment on Lego Henrik. So yeah, don't feel like you have to or anything like that, but it's an option if you choose to. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Fly your models like you stole them. I'll see you on the next one.